What up, bitches? It's the misanthropic one, aka He Who Hungers, and I'm back up in this bitch for another rant/review. Today I want to talk about this album right here, Jedi Mind latest album called The Thief and the Fallen. Alright, if you watch my channel, you know these guys, they need no fucking introduction. Again, I've talked about these guys constantly. One of my favorite underground rap groups, one of the biggest underground rap groups. And they're back. Highly anticipated album of 2015. Mostly because the MC, Vinnie Paz, linked back up with their in-house producer, original producer, one of the founding members, Stoupe, the Enemy of Mankind, one of the dopest producers ever. And Stoupe was doing his thing. He wanted to experiment with other musical projects or whatever, but they linked back up. No Jus Allah. There's an absence of Jus Allah on this album, but I'll get to that. You know, I may make another video on that because a few people have hit me up talking about how Vinnie and Jus Allah were beefing, and Jus Allah went on Twitter, and well, you know what? I'll make a separate video on that. That may be coming maybe down the pipeline, maybe later this week. If I have time, I'll do that one. But I don't want to, you know, speculate in this video because it's about this album right here. So let's just get right into it. All right, artwork, very plain. Got a five-eyed woman looking at I guess like a rotting corpse, maybe just a guy with a skeleton head. I don't want to say rotting because it's not a lot of mildew and all that bullshit on the corpse, but on the back you just, you know, got the woods. Inside, got some birds over there in the woods. Let me take the CD. Well, you saw the CD, very plain, right? The title on there. Birds back there. Take out the insert real quick and show it to you. Insert, this is just a giant piece of the front cover that I already showed you. And on the inside, you got credits in there. All right, so production on this bitch. All production was handled by Stoupe, the Enemy of Mankind. Like I said, I can't say anything bad about this guy's production because his sampling and you know, he just samples like fucking oddball shit. There's even one track on here where he takes colonial music, like old school, like you would picture marching to this like in 1776, and he flips it on there, and Vinnie rips it on. I'm like, God damn, Stoupe, like how is that even possible? But he always fucking finds a way. Oh, by the way, shout out to my man C. Lance. You know, I love you, brother. I see he has some arrangement, music, and instrumentation by C. Lance. So you know I got nothing but love for you, man. So production on here. Oh, shout out to DJ Question as well. Love his cuts. What else? Features. We got Lawrence Arnell. We got Yes Alexander, who appears on here 3 times. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. She appears on here 3 times. You have Eman, who appears on here twice. You have Afro, aka All Flows Reach Out, R.A. the Rugged Man. You know, that's my dude right there. And shout out to R.A. the Rugged Man for getting Eman on here. I'll get into that in a second. Dilated Peoples and Thea Alana. So, feature-wise, I think everyone did their thing on here. It wasn't too overblown with features like some of the previous Jedi Mind albums, like fucking Legacy of Blood and Visions of Gandhi, even though I fucking love those albums. But, you know, the shit on here, they all managed to carry themselves. I mean, I guess, you know, they did on the other albums too, but you know, it was good on here. You had some Vinnie by himself rapping, and features did their thing as well. But let's get into the pros and cons of this shit. Pros, definitely, like I said, Stoupe, fucking amazing as shit. I can't, I'm not gonna even spend too much time on production. Fucking amazing. Vinnie, of course, love him to death on this shit. Definitely, you can see his growth as an MC. His voice is more gutter. I love how he switches up his flows, because a lot of people that listen to Jedi Mind Tricks will attest to this, that Vinnie basically he stays with one flow for the most part, you know, and he's very like in your face with his bars, so it kind of complements each other. But he took risks on here on 3 tracks. I'll give you the names of those. I put this away prematurely. And God Said to Cain, featuring Afro, R.A. the Rugged Man, and Eman. Vinnie had to keep up with R.A. and Afro. I think he knew he had to keep up with them, because R.A. the Rugged Man, you know, especially as of late, he's been rapping really fast. You know, he's always known for his multi-syllable bullshit, which I fucking love like a motherfucker. And I think he knew getting on that track, he was like, nah, I gotta come correct. I mean, not that Vinny's ever whacked to me, but he knew. He was like, nah, R.A.'s gonna be on here. And like I said, I remember the interview where R.A. the Rugged Man said, listen, if I'm gonna be featured on your album, you're in trouble. He's like, I'm gonna make sure that I outshine the shit out of you. And Afro, All Flows Reach Out, that's R.A. the Rugged Man's protege, I believe, because, you know, in all these pictures on Facebook, he's always got this guy taking them everywhere, taking them on tours, having them meet all these legendary motherfuckers, DJ Premier and shit. And I think that's his protege. I think it's safe to say that. But, you know, I never really heard too much of this guy rap, but dude, he was fucking awesome on here. His verse on that And God Said to Cain, dude, I thought AOTP was on there at first, because this dude was switching his voice up, and that, you know, he started to sound like RA at one point. Then he started to sound like fucking self-titled, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Because when I first listened to it, I didn't take the insert out. I was so excited, I just put the CD in. And when I went back and listened to it again, and I was looking at this, I saw it was him. So, yo, good looks on getting him. He's a dope artist. He's gonna grow. Shout out to RA for, I know he had something to do with getting Eman on this, because he's worked with Eman before, and he left a comment on the track Fraudulent Cloth, which is one of the singles on here. And this track, actually I want to speak on this track too. This track I think is fucking dope. It's very much outside the Jedi mind tricks, the usual realm of things. And, people were already saying all this fucking crazy shit when I went to see the fucking video for it. People were, oh man, where's the hard body shit? Yo, this is soft. And, and I'm like, oh, come on. Like, you already know that Vinnie ain't gonna let that hard body shit go. I mean, he's been doing it too long, and this is more like in the vein of like, what's that track that they did years back? Razor Blade Salvation. It's more in that vein where it's like a heartfelt, emotional song. And I had a question, which is gonna lead into my other video that I was talking about earlier. I couldn't help but think that a few of them bars in Fraudulent Cloth were towards Jus Allah, because again, they had a falling out. But someone let me know if you feel the same way that I do. But Eman, definitely a great attribute to that track. Definitely a great attribute to this album. Shout out to him. Shout out to Eman. I love this dude. This fucking guy. I remember back in the day, he had that hit, Fuck You, You Ho, I Don't Want You Back. That's when I knew I would love this dude. That dude is the shit. Got great pipes, man. Another track where Vinnie goes off, changes his flow is, I would say, what is it? Track 12 and track 16, which is the last track. Vinnie definitely sped it up for the most part. And cons, nothing really that I could think of. This album to me somewhat seemed a little bit quick. Not that that's a bad thing, but some people may look at it that way. My rating of this, let me see, I would give it probably like a 8.759. I fucking love this. The combination of Vinnie and Stoupe, I fucking love. I just don't know what else to say about this shit. I just wish that Jus Allah was on here. And real quick before I end this, someone let me know, is Official Pistol Gang like an actual group? Is that going to be an album coming out? Let me know, because I tried doing research on that a while back and I couldn't really find anything on it. I just found like a shirt, So just let me know what y'all know, because some of y'all might have inside knowledge of this. But shout out to Vinnie, shout out to Stoupe, shout out my nigga C Lance, shout out DJ Question. Y'all know what it is. Shout out even Jus Allah, even though you weren't on here. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe. Definitely support dope shit. And that's it. Peace, bitches.